and it will follow a parabolic. And as long as you monitor the tire movement like a parabolic, you get the confidence. That's why we call it as max cornering power. So this car has the speed and the max cornering power. Something you are talking about shock absorber there.
Yeah.
Not only we widen it, but we brought a series of technologies into it, John.
Yeah.
John, whatever you see in the low speed, 1 heads, 2 heads, I believe you must be doing biceps.
Yeah.
And what heads you are operating in the biceps?
So that's very similar to what we do actually when we usually train. We sometimes you just do your bicep curls, for example. Sometimes what we do is a similar principle where we stand on something called a power plate where there's a certain frequency hertz. So we just hold the strap like this and it goes at 30 frequency, 40 frequency per second. So you're working your bicep that fast. So it's a shortcut to quick workouts. So
here we deal it not 30. So we need a very stiff control on the dampers.
Correct. Yeah.
And as you go over the high speeds, when you are landing in the Cochin airport, you would have seen on the water waves, there are a lot of imperfections, right? Yeah. The roads are exactly like that. When you are going on a high speed, you need a very, very low damping. That gives you a plush ride. So we put these two technologies to get the plush ride. So the frame, the entire architecture, plus the damper, and then in several places in our country, they put a very speed breaker, a very high speed breaker.
Correct.
You go over it and then it comes. We wanted very smooth.
I call them car breakers, not speed breakers.
Oh, Thar breaker. Solution for the Thar breaker. So we have assistant.
Sorry?
Young assistant, you got a Thar.
Yeah.
Oh. And typically hydraulic systems are little hard,
Yeah.
For the younger ones, it is little tough.
Yeah.
But we got an electric.
I got a Thar for, my assistant's got her own Thar, but my director, I bought him a Thar. A 3-door. So he's so happy, just like a child, he goes around.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But the young assistant, the lady will love this electric power steering. It's so light.
Yeah.
And we moved the architecture so close to 18% that it's very precise.
From hydraulic to
electric.
Okay.
So that's the system. So John, when we put all of them together, you are looking at a colorful graph. After your Veda movie,
yeah.
This is another colorful.
Wow.
But something very interesting, John. I was talking to a doctor, orthopedics. I showed him our chief medical officer of Mahindra. He worked in Mayot and he told, Velu, there are two things very cute about it. The abdomen is at 4 heads vibrating, yeah? Any peak that you have in abdomen, it will throw up. So get it down. So that's our team put in so much effort. When you drive this car today, you will see it's so good. You don't get tired at all. And the second thing the chief medical officer told me, don't touch the 12 heads part of it. You have to have extremely low value because the 12 heads is the spine and the brain.
Oh, wow.
Because these are skulls and they are high frequency. You can operate anywhere. So all the peaks in between you can have, but not at these two. You wouldn't get fatigue.
Correct.
If you have low values.
Correct. I can see that reflecting in the graph there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you see these 30 heads you are talking about?
Correct.
You get it here.
Got you.
That's all about ride.
Got you.
So that's the ride part of it. And then you talked about harshness when you asked. So we said.
Yeah, I wanted to know a little bit about, because again, I'm saying this because I really don't know about NVH.
NVH.
Yeah.
So
I understand speed, you're going fast, you're driving, everything, but what's NVH? It's got something to do with noise.
So it's very difficult, but I will try and explain in your language, John. So if I do like this, up to 20 hertz per second, that's only a vibration. And it's not, air cannot hear it. But anything you do between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, only air can hear it, but the body cannot feel it. So that's NV. And the harshness is the combination of these two, what you feel and hear.
Correct.
Is the NVH. So you go to fitness center, And for the NVH, we go to stiffness center.
Fantastic.
That's what we do. So how did we improve the stiffness? So traditionally, we took the frame and our CA engineer said, cut it to 200 sections.
Right.
And then make small, big, small, big, small, big, irregular,
Right.
Then the longitudinal member becomes very stiff.
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
said 30 heads, right?
Yeah.
You see, we are 35 heads.
Fantastic.
So the frame does not come into play at all in the ride up to 30 heads. Its torsion is 35 heads and the bending is 40 heads. It's absolutely out of the window. Therefore, it is glide zone.
Lovely. Lovely. Congratulations.
Frequency is friend of
Refinement.
refinement.
Lovely.
So, John, on this, we put maybe. So, what we did, we increased the wheelbase to 2850, John.
Right.
And then we put approximately every 1000 millimeter, we put a one ring. And then it is interconnecting.
Okay.
Some people say that we have one of the cars that you are going to drive. It's measured out of this car. But what you see, John, here,
Right.
this is the noise level, what you hear it in the ear, up to 200 hertz, yeah? But this is more important for you.
The sound quality there. Yeah.
You are going with your wife or a girlfriend, you want to converse privately, then you don't know, your frequency is 450 hertz male, and a female is 650 hertz. These hertz, noise should not be there at all. If it is not there, then you are able to hear you well.
Yeah.
So if it is 95% means they are
Can
able
hear
to hear
clearly.
you well. That's
Very
articulation
clearly.
index. The Thar stands out there.
Unless, you're traveling with your wife and you don't want to really hear her.
Then you can take this car, the red one.
Okay.
If you don't want
We'll
to
do that.
the red one. So that's on the quietness of the M glide.
Yeah.
So it's really a glide.
Yeah. This is interesting. Getting
I know your next question. Okay, but
off-road.
what about your
This is the fun part.
fun part of it?
Yeah. So let's talk about this.
I know what you bought the three-door Thar for director. It is for this fun part.
My director is quite boring. He drives on straight roads, but he imagines he's water wading and he's going on.
Going on.
Yeah.
So this is something 650 millimeter up to here. You can remember the tire diameter that Pratapsan did. 7, 8, 9 millimeter is the tire diameter. Easy
Wow.
number to remember. And Pratapsan educated me. And then we put the water and then we tested it. Approach angle, departure angle, breakover angle, way above any competition. You see this, John, for that such a beast to go through, you need 12,000 Newton
So
meters.
much? 3,000?
So much. John, per wheel is 3,000. You can ask me, what is this value, 3,000 Newton meters? Very soon, turn the wheel. Driving this car. It's such a powerful.
Wow.
This is what we introduced new in this
Yeah,
segment.
this is what I want to understand. ELD and there's another one.
Someone invented the differential, but they forgot if one wheel is out of the touch, the whole torque goes to that. It is unfair, no? It's like you. So then the person came and the torque will flow here. So
Got
the
you.
first time we bring it here, John,
Super.
then you can ask me, what happened to the front? So we use the brake locking differential.
That's for the front.
That's for the front.
For the
We
front,
use
the
it.
BLD.
So both wheels get locked. Terrain modes, these cars love sand, mud, snow. That is their hometown. When you go to snow, we were trying to find out, can we do something to turn it very fast?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because this visual, I was trying to understand how do you get such a turning radius in?
So the father of this platform, Dr. Vikraman from IIT Madras, he's a doctorate from IIT Madras, he came with an intelligent solution. Sir, why don't we lock these inner wheels and then turns very fast? So how do you do that? You know the steering is fully turned. You know the speed is below 10, 15 kilometers per hour. Then I take these two inputs, I lock it.
Oh, wow.
I would rather say it is Dr. Vikraman's intelligent turn assist. And he did the same thing. So we give in the roads cruise control. Can we give the cruise control in off-road? And 4, 5 kilometers per hour, you put the cruise control in.
And it just
travel.
manages.
Yes. So on-road, off-road, best of both worlds, John. Um,
Wow.
Next is close to my heart.
What's the power? What's the power of this Thar?
20 years I worked on powertrain. And now you see, this is the powertrain. You have a gasoline, you have a diesel, and 380 Newton meters, 370 Newton meters, and the new generation turbocharger. These turbochargers are activated by electric actuators. But look at John, it's a flat torque curve. The gasoline team and the diesel team always fighting each other. The gasoline team is getting the peak torque around 1,800
Correct.
RPM.
Yeah.
But the diesel team, you see, they get it very close to 1,600, 700. And that is where they beat 5 seconds versus 4.8 seconds.
4.8
For this 0.2 seconds, they fight like hell.
Yeah.
Do they do in movies as well for these small differences?
We do everything. We do everything.
So that's the powertrain part. So we have a butter-like 6-speed IC automatic transmission and then manual transmission. Best in class again. After all, John, you may be wondering whether this car is safe.
Correct. I think that's paramount
Yes.
and that's most important.
You go at 64 kilometers per hour, you know how much you go and crash against a barrier or a car. You are generating close to 22 tons.
Wow.
Wow. So that's what you do. We designed it so well that in this space of the bonnet, you absorb
Correct.
all the energy. When it comes here, you stop. No damage to this structure. You can see it in the crash pulse. So until here, the front end crashes. After that, it just bounces back. I tested one international car, which is so famous. The crushing went on. After 150 milliseconds, the graph went out of
Oh
the
my God.
printout. So there is no competition for the safety of this car.
Absolutely, yeah.
The body is so designed very well with the stiffness. Like you do the fitness, we do the stiffness. So that's the part of it, John. And then we bring, the airbags,
Yep.
6 airbags.
That's mandatory now, 6 airbags.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we bring 3-point seat belt mounting and all the stuffs, which you are aware. On the corners, John, what we do is the ESP we bring in. So without ESP, it goes in the red way, and with ESP, it trucks it on. So with this, the rest left out is only the plushness of the interior.
Plushness of the interior.
I have to ask my great genius, Pratap San. I am not an expert in this area. Over to you, Pratap San.
Who's the genius? This is like engineering 101. Every time I listen to Velu
No, it was like a tutorial for me.
yeah,
Looking at this was
it's
amazing.
absolutely incredible. You and your MRV team. MRV team at the back. Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. They say we just make the pretty pictures with the crayons, and they do all the hard work.
Hard work.
Incredible. So, John, we wanted the interior. So, can I just say one thing? Please don't tell anyone. The exterior you fall in love with, right? It's a first impact. Almost like meeting a person.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the interior is what keeps you in love.
Absolutely.
Right? It's the same with a person. If someone puts a toothbrush on the, or leaves the towel on the floor, that's what irritates you in life, right?
True.
So to have a long-term relationship, the interior is very, very important. Exterior you fall in love with, interior keeps you in love. So we give a lot of importance to the interior design, colors, materials, and finish. We call it CMF, which is colors, material, and finish. And again, here, John, it starts with our sketchbook. Very, very quick artistic impression of what that interior is going to be. Velu-san spoke about the on and off-road ability. You sit at a certain height, you've sat in a Thar. This sort of commanding presence and the view around you is second to none. But all the controls, everything has to be in your reach. Not distract you, but really enjoy your drive.
True.
And therefore, everything, is sort of in the place it needs to be. We find a perfect solution together. And then it, again, like the exterior you saw, the visuals get much more definitive. And here our product planning colleagues actually come in and say that, Pratap, Velu, we would like a luxurious or a, let's say elegant and luxurious, yet tough interior. So you can see the stitching on the IP, you can see the stitching on the door, it's all leatherette. And, but the strength of the vehicle is never lost. So if you look at the grab handles, I know you go to the gym and work out and all, but that grab handle will give you a fight. Agreed?
Absolutely.
Huh? And of course,
That's it. For a person who looks at cars, I think the sunroof is a big selling point.
Yeah.
So tell us something about this.
Absolutely. I mean, we are seeing this. It brings in light to the vehicle. It gives that sense of openness.
It's pretty large.
It's huge. It's one of the largest Velusan.
Yes,
correct me if
absolutely.
I'm wrong. And it's that wind in the hair feeling, but it's also that light in the car. John, I wouldn't advise this. You can put a sort of rider in your film. In one of the films, you jump into this. Huh?
I love action.
Try. Action hero type.
Jump in, out, whatever you want.
Again, the space is for everyone in the car. This is
wow.
very much a vehicle for your friends, your family, to go out and enjoy life. And like Velusan described, it can do anything. On and off-road behavior is amazing, right? So you're unlimited in where you can reach and what you can do with it. So I'll go back one. Sorry about that. And I'll show you some of those details, John. So you have the 10.25 inch screen. You see that little boilerplate,
Right, yeah.
which is so important. Everything you touch, the Harman Kardon speakers, the hand stitching, it's leatherette, John. A lot of people feel that white will get dirty, but it's leatherette, you can just wipe it
Easily
down.
wash it off.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no problem, but you can see the kind of sense of space it gives you. And of course, that gorgeous, sky roof, sunroof, pano
Absolutely.
roof. And
Beautiful.
again, the ventilated seats that the team put in.
Beautiful.
There's
It's really
a-
beautiful.
Driver.
there's
Stunning.
a-
And
so
I think with the lighter, it gives you a larger sense of space also.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It's-
absolutely.
looks lovely.
The dimensions of the car are sort of course, it's wider, it's longer, but when you sit inside, you really get that. You get that space to breathe.
Yeah, the expanse.
Interior shouldn't sort of cramp on you.
Correct.
They should really give you that space and time to breathe. So this is what we've done with the team. And John, we have an amazing color material finish team. Everything is sort of authentic. Where it's metal, it's metal. Where it's hard surfaces, it's hard surfaces. We go into every grain, every texture, everything you touch and feel in the vehicle. The perforation pattern, the
it
color of
looks
the
lovely.
thread. So it's almost like, when you go and get a suit stitched.
Absolutely. It looks beautiful.
It's almost that bespoke feeling.
I like the attention to detail, which
Yeah.
is so important.
Velusan always quotes scientists and, I quote, of course, artists. And Mies van der Rohe said, God lies in the details.
Yeah.
So we try to find that when we create that interior and exterior, trying to really.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, again, it's a beautiful place for all of you to
Lovely.
be. And for all your stuff.
The one thing that I really liked, personally, is this armrest.
Yeah.
Armrest.
Because
Handrest.
Yeah.
And I'm sure this is a one piece. This is not a. So
The
you
both
lift-
can move forward and backward.
Yeah,
so
you can move forward, back, but they're one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Okay. So that, in short, John, was our sketchbook for the Roxx design.
It's beautiful.
If you want, I'll send you the sketchbook. Would you want
Please,
one?
I would love that.
I'll send you a copy.
Just as a coffee table,
Yeah.
I'd love that. It'd be
Velusan,
great.
what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just pass
Yeah.
back.
So, John, you were talking about the space.
Yeah, because
with Pratap.
I'm 6'1" plus.
6'1" plus.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering whether, I'm about 186 centimeters, so And this is a very practical question because I get worried about that. Will I be comfortable in the back seat if I sit in the front seat? I put my seat at a certain space where I'm comfortable and then I just hop into the back seat.
6.1. You
So
gave me
what's my
quick
head
math
space
to
above
do.
me?
6.1, 185 centimeter, 1,850 millimeters. So that ratio of 48%. So you must be about 42
42.
inch band. Similar the hip to toe.
I-
It's about 42 inch.
Will you join me in my costume department and then really perfect.
So-
That's perfect.
Must be about 800 millimeters from here to down.
Correct.
Here to up.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
toe.
yeah. But this is 42. You're bang on with that.
Bang on that. So then we subtracted 1,850 minus this, then you get around about 800 millimeters. So you look at the second row where you sit or the first row where you sit, 130 millimeter to 100 millimeters you have.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's the over your head. You have the head clearance.
That's enough space, yeah.
So I think you can jump on with the rocks. you have a, but by the way, look at it. Somebody says they are number one. Do you think anymore they will be number one with these dimensions? I'm not sure. It's like your Veda movie.
Yeah.
It's going to be super hit, right? With these specialities. You have a pet?
Yeah, I've got two little girls. I mean, I love my Bailey and Sia. They're my little doggies, and they travel with me everywhere, everywhere.
Oh.
So I see a 644 liter at the back, but they sit in front with me. So I think this is beyond perfect for me.
You have 600 and roughly 50 liters. Or 325 liters per girl, so you can give, and then they can jump around. My big dada has come. He has gone to Cochin to find out number of more dealers to sell the Thar. He has come back now. Better I give it to him.
Carry on, carry on, carry on. Please
So
carry on.
he was talking about the pet, and we said we have enough space. That
I think
come
I
from
can
the
sit
rear
at the
to
back.
front.
A guy of my size, I can sit and just chill out at the back. I could fit in very
Your
easily.
suit and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Enjoy.
the rear space is incredible, as you can see, John.
Wow. That's,
So if I can, thank you so much, Velu and Pratap, for your class on science and design. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, I'm actually, Velu, Pratap, I was just thinking when I was standing on the sidelines and listening to the two of you all, one of the biggest challenges I face at the dealerships is to get them to communicate stuff, engineering stuff in such a manner to customers that they get the logic behind what we are doing. So I'm actually very tempted to use today's video at our dealerships to help the sales consultants actually sell our products to the customers. So John, I just want to take a few minutes to summarize for you.
sure.
Now, after that fantastic discussion you've had with them, do you have any questions at this stage, or
I'm good. I mean, everything's so well explained to me. Vijay, I'm great.
superb? So, just some key highlights I want to bring out for the benefit of the audience also, and John, again for you. And the reason why I'm using this time to explain that is, you know, when you spoke to us for the first time, you mentioned to us saying that we know what a Thar is, right? It's got that DNA, it's an off-roader. But tell me, if you're calling it the SUV, and given that, you know, you would want to be one of the first few customers to own this product, you asked us, how do you convince me to say that this is an equally good city vehicle? So you heard Velu talk about our all-new platform called the M Glide. And the key thing that goes behind creating the Thar Roxx is that M Glide platform. You've seen the graphs, which shows how, from a ride quality, how the engineering team have put in all the effort to almost make the body on frame as good as a monocoque. You would have seen in those graphs when we compared it to other vehicles, and our own data also when we saw, when you see the articulation index, when you see the ride quality, when you see the roll, when you see the articulation and frequencies of the vehicle, if I may say so, it's as good as our 700, the XUV 700, which is a monocoque. And that, in a sense, defined if I can use the word refinement in terms of ride and NVH, XUV 700 has become a benchmark. So this product, being a body on frame, having M-Glide as our platform will deliver that kind of ride and handling. So you can be rest assured, whether it's your two children or whether it's you sitting in the second row or you driving the vehicle, space, comfort, noise, vibration, and harshness, sophistication of ride, you're going to get everything on a product on Thar Roxx. And frankly, that's why it's the SUV. That's why the claim that this product is the SUV. Also, I don't know whether you noticed, John, when we were walking in, Rajesh had a slide where he said #1 SUV. And I think we are now confident that with a product like this, it can become the #1 SUV in India.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Pratap also spoke a lot about the thinking that's gone in terms of creating the sophisticated interiors, right? He spent a lot of time explaining the CMF, the kind of materials, the textures, the kind of usage of leatherette in the vehicle, not just on the seats, but on many other surfaces which you touch and feel. So we are able to bring in not just refinement, but sophistication too. Off-roading, John, I don't need to summarize in detail, but you again saw what Velu spoke about. Some of the segment first that we've brought in, whether it's about IntelliTurn, whether it's the crawl feature, all of it is now available on Thar Roxx. But I still want to spend a little bit of time telling you that a discerning customer like you also is looking for high-end features. Typically when you buy the vehicles, you want certain features. And while Pratap did allude to it, let me just show you what they are, not just from a design point of view. Pratap did mention, or I think it was Velu, between the two of them, that this is one of the biggest pano sunroofs in this category. I mean, the dimensions and the open to sky is class leading and one of the best in this segment. The product also comes with ADAS. We didn't talk enough about it, but again, it's the ADAS which provides all the features that a level 2 ADAS needs to provide from a safety point of view, both for the driver and the pedestrian. And I think one of the features which is so applicable to a market like India, John, when you will drive it in the traffic of Mumbai, we know how the two-wheelers and the three-wheelers come from different sides, right? But it's a pleasure that when you drive this, you don't need to worry about that because it automatically brakes. So we have the level 2 ADAS on the product. And this, you all are going to experience the product shortly, is a fantastic sound theater system that we've created in the product.
Very, very important to me.
Exactly, John. For a person in your profession, you totally get it and you totally understand how important sound is. And while most of the other systems come with a 2-band equalizer, this comes with a 9-band equalizer. Many of them have got a built-in woofer. This has got a 12-channel amplifier, This has got a 12-channel dedicated amplifier in the system. So it literally creates a theater for you inside the vehicle. And, we were talking about frequencies and dampening between male and female. Trust me, whether all of that science works or not, this will work for that.
Super, super.
And of course, we did talk about some of the other features that are going to be available in the product. Powered seat, ventilated seats both for driver and co-driver. Again, the 360-degree surround camera. John, one thing I want to talk to you about this, I'm sure in your vehicles you've experienced what a 360 is, and a lot of products offer it today. But one thing that I really loved about this 360 is what it's got in the multiple views as an option. It's got the transparent option. So when you are driving the vehicle, it makes the bonnet transparent. And if there's anything under the vehicle, you have visibility to that. So, and especially in Indian roads and when you park a vehicle, there are many times that there are strays that sit under the vehicle, etc. So I think this is something which is very nice as a feature to have in the Indian
That's
market.
a first. I mean, it's fantastic.
So that's another thing we brought in. And then, of course, we have Adrenox Connect. This is something now we offer on our range of products. All our sort of high premium SUVs or high-end SUVs offer Adrenox. as a feature. It comes with 80 plus features, connected car features that just makes your whole connected experience in the vehicle seamless. So I just summarized that for you in one slide, John. This is all that we have to offer to you, besides what my colleagues have spoken in terms of the sophistication and refinement of the product. It comes with features that one would get in a premium product.
Vijay, there's honestly so much of technology that's packed into this product. Is so impressive. It's so impressive.
Yeah, you know, John, actually, that's one of the things, and I'm so glad you asked me that question. One of the things that we as an Indian OEM take pride in is what we say democratizing technology. And what our endeavor has been that how do we bring features from products which are at a much higher price point available to the masses.
Accessible to the masses.
Make it accessible to public at large. And
lovely.
I think that's been something we've done successfully, and we are so happy that we are able to bring all of that into the Thar Roxx. So I'm just going to end with a short video. And John, thank you so much again for your time. Of course, I'm going to have my colleague who's going to come in here and now share with you what are the different options that are available at what price point, so you can put your finger on which one you want.
That's what I want to know. I'm excited about that.
Thank you, John. A quick look at the video and we step down. Thank you. Can we play the AV, please? So, John, the SUV for the hero on the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. This film's a hit, this Thar is a hit. Super.
Thank you.
So, John, what do you think?
I think it's honestly fantastic.
Fantastic.
Genuinely fantastic. Really, really good.
Fantastic. So I'm looking forward to have you on the drive as well, John. So I'll just quickly go through the variants. Maybe you want to go take a seat. That's okay
Thank
with
you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Good. Hope you all had fun last night. You know, me and Pratap had so much fun. We have not taken our concert bands off yet. We still have them on. Okay, so
Since you guys are wearing this and you're going for a drive, I'm going to get one of these shirts for myself. But do I have something that fits me?
I got to see if you have to find something which fits you. We'll figure it out. I'm sure the team has something. You know, we're all of different body types and sizes here. We generally have all the sizes stitched out for us. So I'm sure we'll find one for you, John. Thank you. All right. So, you know, I feel like the last presenter just before lunch. You have all the vehicles out there. You guys are all dying to go out there. And I'm here. I'm trying to hold you back. So, but we do have one little thing of variance and pricing. So why don't we get on with that? If I can get the first slide up. Okay. Yesterday we had put this up. There's our MX-1 variant. The base variant, not basic. And you know, yesterday somebody came up to me and said, you know, you should have called it the boss variant, not the base variant. And you know, just with this variant, you're getting LED lights, you're getting push button start, you're getting a USB charger, you're getting so many things which don't come even mid-end variant. So now I'm going to start to call it the boss variant here. We put out the prices for this as well. Gasoline manual at 12.99 and diesel at 13.99. But this is where the story starts for us. As we think of these variants, we think about what are some of the thoughtful things we add to each and every variant which means something for people. So from MX-1, we move to MX-3. And to us, MX-3 is all about leveling up. It's about the little joys in life which makes your experience a little bit better, a little more joyful. So we have drive modes. We add this in variant. Velu talked about glide. Along with the glide, you now have the drive modes, which is zip and zoom. And we never forget our off-road DNA. We have terrain modes which come in here, adventure stats, altimeter, compass, whole bunch of nifty gadgets we are adding in there as well. Reverse camera. You get all disc brakes, hill hold control. I won't go to all of the details. And tech, obviously, and Lux. We're adding cruise control. And I'm just at MX-3. I'm just getting started here. And we already have cruise control coming in. Auto-dimming IRVMs. You got wireless Android Auto, wired CarPlay coming in as well in this variant. So MX-3 for me is also a personal favorite, and I've talked about this in the past. I drive an automatic. I don't know how to drive a manual. And whenever we put variants out, I'm always looking for that guy or lady who wants an automatic vehicle. This is the variant at which you get an automatic variant coming in as well. So that's our MX-3, all about little joys in life, leveling up. I'll quickly put out the price points. Gasoline automatic, 14.99. Diesel manual, 15.99. I'll give a minute for you guys to take pictures. And you know what, Mahindra, as we start to think about our roadmap, one of the key themes we always have in mind is democratizing technology. And you know, as this journey started a few launches behind, and the first time we brought it out, the ADAS features was in the top variant, AX7. And you saw in the recent launch, we took it down one more notch, and we said, okay, it's going to come in the mid variant as well. And we're now pushing the envelope on this. We're democratizing the entire tech, and we have our AX3L variant, which now takes the MX3, which is already filled with a bunch of features, and we've added level 2 ADAS, which Vijay talked about, the 10 different ADAS features out there. It has a much loved Adrenox connected car features coming in as well. Fully automatic temperature control. And this is the first AX3 variant. And remember, 2 launches back, it was an AX7, then we got an AX5. Now we got an AX3, which has all the features coming in, including ADAS. And this is where the tech takes the wheel for us. The AX3 variant comes at diesel manual at 16.99. And I'm sure as I'm putting all of these things, you guys are thinking, when do you start to get those beautiful C-shaped DRLs? When do you get that iconic Roxx look, which Pratap lovingly put together? And that's what our MX5 variant is all about. It's really where style meets substance. You go to your single pane sunroof, you get your diamond cut alloy wheels, which the Roxx sign, which Pratap made. We have the C-shaped DRLs coming in, so really it's about turning heads. You get your fog lights come in. It's also where we get our leatherette seats, and you're really starting to amp the quotient on luxury here. You have your locking differentials that we talked about. So it's just not on the road. You can be off the road and you're absolutely comfortable. It's also where our first 4x4 variants start to come in this variant, which is MX5. And of course, you get automatic headlamps on auto wipers coming in as well. So, like I said, MX5 is really where style meets substance. We're starting to throw everything that we have at this point in time, right? And the MX5 variant starts at 16.99 again, diesel manual at 16.99. Phenomenal value proposition for what we are giving in here.
SUV.
So that's our MX5 variant. Now we take style and substance and we power it up on tech steroids, and you get your AX5L variant, which again has all the ADAS features and Adrenox put in there as well. So you get your looks, you get your features, and now you get tech on top of it as well. And the AX5L automatic starts at 18.99. And you know, at any point in time you take a brand, generally people are stopped at this point in time. I would have given the sunroof, I would have given you ADAS, my pockets are empty, I'm pretty much done. But this is the Thar, and this is the Thar Roxx. We don't stop here. We need to give you one more variant, the one to rule them all. So, putting everything we talked about, what Velu, what Vijay, and what Pratap talked about, all the magic we conjured together. We are now putting it all together here. And you get your AX7. This is luxury without limits. Absolutely everything. The largest sunroof in the industry. R19 diamond cut alloy wheels, the largest wheels You get leatherette wrapped IP, door trims, 6-way power driver seats. You get ventilated seats. You also get some phenomenal off-road features, and we can talk about it a little bit later as well. You have smart crawl in the 4x4 variant. You get IntelliTurn, again in the 4x4 variant, and there's a brochure which we're handing out. You can take a look at that as well. You also get the 9-speaker Harman Kardon speakers. And as part of the quality testing process, we generally give it to our quality testing guys. And they're very methodical, factual guys. They have Excel spreadsheets. They do all the quality metrics and stuff like that. And they send an email out every day. And I saw one of the emails after they drove the first time, this variant. And they were gushing about their Harman Kardon speakers. You generally don't see that from the quality guys coming in. It's some phenomenal acoustics. The space really fills out, and you'll experience this today as well as with the test drive. So that's our AX7L variant. And these are the cars you'll see out there, which you'd be driving. Any guesses? Diesel manual, 19.99. Oh, I'm sorry, 18.99, my bad. My bad. It's worth more than 18.99. Way more. Okay, so I know I've thrown a lot of it at you guys here. So we'll just put an AV which brings it all together with the AX7L video. The video, please. The variants out here. When we put out the press release, you'll see the full list of prices you have there and the full list of variants we're putting out there. There are certain variants we are not announcing prices yet, but when we get to bookings shortly, all the prices will be put out there as well. So test drive start September 14th. We want all the customers to experience the magic a little bit. Bookings start on October 3rd, and then deliveries will start by Dussehra. And the teams are hard at work at Nashik churning out these vehicles. So we're all waiting to hand over the vehicles to you guys as well. So that's what the dates looks like. Before we close the program here, a couple of things. We just want to give you a quick briefing about the Freedom Drive. As you know, every Independence Day, we do a Freedom Drive. So with the vehicles we have out there, we're going to do a Freedom Drive as well. I'll have Vinod talk a little bit about that. And then after that, we're going to go out here from here. I request all of you to join us. We'll have the flag hoisting ceremony for the Independence Day event as well. So with that, yeah. So Avi, Vijay, we are at what, 11? What time is it? 10:55. So we'll do a quick briefing right now on the Freedom Drive. And 11:30 is roughly when we will start to do the flag off as well. Okay? With that, Vinod, over to you.
Good morning, I'm Vinod from Mahindra Adventure team, and I'll take you through the drive plan today. So it's pretty simple. We start in a convoy from here to CIAL golf course, which is about 1.5 hours from here. And we'll be going in a convoy. There'll be a white 3-door Thar, which will be leading the convoy. And all of you are supposed to be behind it, right? And since we are a lot of cars, so I would advise you to please keep it to the left. Do not block the traffic, right? Let the traffic flow continue. And once we reach CIAL in about 1.5 hours, you have the option of either having lunch there. We have our senior leadership team there for you to interact, or proceed directly to the plantation in Kaladi. That's about 1.5 hours more. So there is some driving instruction here. I know you all are expert drivers, but we are in God's own country, and God's own country has its own God's own drivers. And there are buses Here there are State Transport Corporation buses. They are very fast. The roads are narrow. So please exercise your caution. And once you reach in the forest area, and we have taken permissions for you to give a very scenic drive there. However, there is a catch. Do not enter into, the trails are inviting, please do not enter into the plantation for that exclusive shot. Please do not do that. We do not have permission, and there is active wildlife there. So please be very, very careful. There is enough space on the road. You can do your shots there. Do not enter into the wildlife area at all, please. And no smoking there, no cigarette, please do not drop your cigarette butts or litter there. And once that's done, you come back to CIAL golf course, and from there on, we will take you to the off-road demo course. It's a demonstration. You may or may not be able to drive because of time constraint. However, we'll take you from CIAL to the off-road location, and there we'll show you all the star features. And post that, you can head back to this location. So that's about it, and I wish you a very happy Independence Day. Please enjoy your freedom in the rocks, not on the rocks. Please drive safe. Thank you.
Yeah, so, okay, so we'll be doing the flag hoisting. If you come out just near where the cars are on the right side, I'm sure you'll notice. If you don't mind, please, I request you all to make your way there. So just out and take a right out to the parking lot, and we have our flag hosting there. Thank you.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है गगन और स्वागत है आपका आज के इस वीडियो में, जहां पे मेरे पास